We say a big welcome to the third and final episode of the Tubonge podcast with Counselor Maryann. We've had two amazing episodes previously on identity. You can go back there. It was amazing. Demystify the whole topic of identity. I'm your host, Shege Wajega, right here at the PCA Thornway Online. So today we want to pick it up from where we left, and we want to talk about mental health. As we learned, Maryann has a history and a training and a background, serious background on counseling. And we want to get it right from what we promised, that will give you a glimpse of her journey, how maybe a brilliant student that she was, but she was not able maybe to perform as much in her Form 4. But afterwards, she's been able to pick up the pieces, and today she has gotten her further studies to great levels. And so there's hope for you. Kuteleza sio kuanguka, na kuvunjika kwa mwiko sio mwisho wa upishi. So over to you as you say hi to the viewers. What was your story at Loreto? Yes.
I'm sure. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as Lorenzo, actually, I will give a very brief background. I actually, when I finished my primary school, I said I tried to do the academy.
Yeah.
I was able to support dance.
Chokes. Chokes is huge.
I actually first went to church.
Oh,
And then somehow another part, I don't know what happened. At some point, I was convinced that I was going to
oh wow. For whatever reason.
for whatever reason, I felt like I was not smart enough.
And it's not somebody who discouraged you or they didn't.
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay, not really. There was a it was being told that maybe like we're an average student, and was like these students or like we're in school and all of that. There are these races, obviously. But I think at some point, I think I let go just a start one
An internal struggle.
internal stuff right there. Identity like what else? So now it is at that space where now I think I started shoving pressure.
Oh,
Since passion. I was like not doing like at school. I was contributing well. I didn't offer like I eat five friends. And it was a bit of a challenge for me to be there because I generally like I was intimidated all the time. That's not smart.
yeah. Okay.
Which was a high. Right now I'm discovering it.
Yeah, it was a huge time.
It was like
And also there's smart in
different ways. Like
Yeah.
ways. That is true.
Totally.
There are various, we always say in psychology, if you want to that there are various types of and
Wow.
like there are 8 types of intent.
You don't have to be good in chemistry. Si kama najitetea. Yeah. But actually physics nilifanya ile kitu. Maths I was good anyway. Let me not break my identity challenges here. Yeah.
Actually, so I think for me, I think with the ends up pretenders, like people waiting that get inside, I think it is that it's a bit of fun. If I know let's try to look for this one issues if that went to and feeling like I was an adolescent, like I can't have much of that trace. Maybe I thought it would be got it to more. And to grant not able to something. My phone 2 years on the finish that. So basically, that's what's been my background, and I was able to I got that C minus, and now when I take my mind back, I'm like it's not because I'm not smart enough, because I take that mentality to the new school, right? And I because to learn. Remember, it's all things like depression is also an answer to show I'm still struggling to make friends.
Did you have a therapist or no one like 2 hours?
I did, but much later on. That's when I had a problem.
Post one or like this one?
At around almost from third.
Oh, so the whole of high school wacha kuwa down, nini shida yako? And for real, it was a huge struggle.
It was a huge struggle, and there was one time where always. Because then later on that I finished and I got the C minus, and obviously I got my identity to the C minus.
Oh wow, I have a problem. I must have something wrong with me.
Minus. I think that one spot. So it got me to a place where now I got to be first. And later on, my mom told me to a therapist for us up on your times agenda for another, and I was actually later on that It's also another mental illness. So it was later on, now it is now years later, and now come to uncover what really happened. And I realized that that issue of having not so, in my eyes, I went, it was not such a bad grade. I mean, in my mind, I was like, it's a bad grade, but even later on, you're like, anyway, as quite as is involved, I know something like this.
And of course, you could have as well got an army, but you didn't have someone to work with you.
Yes, I didn't have somebody to work with me, but I didn't have the insight of the detergent child in the part of experiencing that sugar things. And so that is what inspired project in Canada. Counseling because my mom did that during that time. I even went back and intended to something.
Oh, wait. Okay.
When I finished
After the seminars.
after the seminars, I was also changing like to do a bit of option of sure the option, yeah. Oh, and the quality. Feel like my mom is strongly emphasizing me going back to school. So yeah, then
You put a data say the college. Yeah.
you can't do because so much I needed me.
Oh,
I just have this is a profession society to go and ask
whoa.
that.
Okay.
So I went for the pain.
Yes.
Second time,
Yeah.
but I was not able to finish.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like that time looking at manual therapy, the chapter recreation, all of that. And then with our this is an college on the top and this is a kind of tissue thing
So you did what?
different.
Well, repeating is for the legends. So my friend Tony, he gives that story. Right now he's in the US. He repeated. He repeated. Actually, I've had a few people repeated, but it's not so a cup of tea for everyone. Like, so that joke, yeah.
So and so I think that it was somehow I enjoyed it and following a budget what accidents get
So,
and that's it that was great.
how did that?
How about you now? Hey, and now kind of before I say when you purchase it, that's it for the balance today.
When you talk about mental health, what are those areas where you feel we're not talking about them, but they are real? Or we even maybe talking about them, but maybe not.
Enough.
You know, that thing about mental health, you like, check it.
Hey,
Then your fault.
Shauma.
Chopper.
I will sudden show you how you need to usually find as definition of so that there's a contract in the back of your skin and the specific advantage to joyfuls. There's psychological goods and then sure you don't see. Now here's the emotional looks that happen that was actually thing and sometimes people go through like the optional dance they shuttering hats and that hats because they were left alone. If they come into that first that involved, it impacted them in a way that you experience the highly distress and events, something that made them feel like they had no control over. Let's say, for example, areas who have experienced auditions, so they'll being backed out.
Abusing families are real.
Yeah, sexual abuse. And so those are called things usually the confliction thing as habitual trauma and smart trauma.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which are the capital key?
Habitual
Yeah.
the ones that now they are the highly you experience a highly distressing mental and actually
Oh, yeah.
the sexual injury
Calamities.
calamities that calamities.
Yeah.
But it's in a place where we experience something so distressing and you see like you be on track the tools for dealing with that.
Accidents.
Yes, accidents, and it's never easy.
You don't know.
Yeah. But for the responsive traumas, maybe something happened to you, somebody was abused to know.
But to see discrimination.
Discrimination, where small spoils, words have an habit, now to get them to take care of it. So they now acknowledging the family to each of the very final.
You mentioned about the academic trauma, the academic streets.
Well,
Jam-wise, where there was such a pressure about performing.
it's right.
That after our one.
Again, not sure things probably not like this one. Or you quick this one's guaranteed.
So
I think it's more of a opportunity because change shocks and impacted in a huge way needs rather than have a sense like being with it and what I was in vigilante rate.
it cannot select with Major.
Welcome to
Let's talk about where do you start? When do you realize I'm the less? Because we want to speak solutions.
and
Like for me, I'm a survivor of a tragedy that swept away people,
the
my friends, and I was also to the neighbors. Yeah, yeah. So how, and of course I went through those academic traumas, all those pressures, all that. You know, when you know I have a problem, how do you, when do you start?
it is encouraging the hobby. After because that when Tanzania was realized you have a really good problem that's a pick up acknowledge it to ourselves that you have a problem. So like they say for example for someone who's struggling like a big shot to that what time and you have it I have no one to yourself. Much like them we are today that you come back to yourself and during like and have that problem. Let you turn down the tab out and you acknowledge that you have a problem. Scientific facts are acknowledging it all that and get those them now they look at the labels and pass me back action in the zone that then
So you reach out. Let's talk about toxic environment as we are using because families are toxic work environment, toxic. The other talking about is toxic school environment, toxic family. At what point do you say enough is enough? Some spaces you are dependent, but your parent is beating you up. They are talking badly to you, abusing you verbally, physically. How do you manage toxic environment?
of lecture except everything's challenging as actually and it's the happy the issues with one dogs. But I always think sometimes you know it's like not part of every my fail and it's like I don't think what chance which he's in at teams and please oh even if there's that small thing that with brothers things to clean away as well. So as someone helps you out. Like in think about all these challenges that you've college jobs looking like you can always scale any small talents for this to what I'm saying is like passer and not interested where I am there's now a really tough little part of that the sure. So I really say this in the business of where it with them because they least to learn something for what that Charles has.
Okay.
So we learn how to do the stars, how this was, we feel like this where how is that up on the just take you up and they start actually, you know,
It's like you've given up.
they'll make you feel an and sludgement and here they take a lot of stuff, they start and then start. There's always those in a math and those situations where we experience everything. What just practication one and pastor can actually point you and will help you like the out of that and versus and so which is one thing my legal this it is the looks like please like I can look for those opportunities of help playing job
Right?
well.
Find a way out.
I think that's what check to see.
Don't accept and give in to that situation. Wow. I feel like we not even scratch the surface of mental health, of facing life, of the baggages and burdens we are carrying. But thank God for what we've covered. We will have another time and cover more. Hoping it benefited, hoping it's been of benefit to your life, the conversation as it come to a close. Okay, series, thank you so much for finding time to watch us. This has been the Tubonge podcast.